Welcome to the Alive Society podcast, where ordinary is canceled and playing it safe is not on the menu. Life is calling. Are you answering? I'm your host, Levi Culley, and we're diving headfirst into the stories of trailblazers, risk takers, and go-getters who've mastered the art of living life loud, proud, and totally alive. This is your wake-up call, my friend. We're here to shake you out of the mundane, pull you out of autopilot, and ignite the fire in your soul to become the main character in your story. I have got an amazing guest on this week, and I have no better way to introduce her but the most beautiful woman on the planet.
Aww.
This week is Kaycie Culley, my wife. Kaycie, to start, what's it like being married to an absolute psycho?
I would not say that, but I love being married. Levi is amazing, and I aspire to be like him.
What's it really like being married to a psycho, though? Like an absolute psychopath.
I wouldn't say you're a psychopath, but I would say every day is new.
That's awesome.
What adventure you're going to throw my way, but...
That is true. We do have a lot of crazy adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being married has been kind of like a roller coaster, but it's been really, truly awesome.
Yeah.
What's been the most fulfilling part for you?
I don't know, there was just a feeling when the day we got married, it just felt like there's a greater purpose to my life. And I don't know how to explain that. It was just this like, wow, this new feeling of I have a person by my side, and it's going to be new to make decisions with someone, but I don't know. I feel like there's a greater purpose and more to look forward to.
Yeah, no, I feel that too. I feel like it's something I really struggled with being single was loneliness. Like, really my whole life. I was really felt like I was in the shadows a little bit, lonely, and that's played into a lot of other things in my life, but I would agree. It just feels like I have somebody to do it all with, and that's way fulfilling. In the hard times, just as much as the easy times, I feel like that's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and the ups and the downs, and you know someone's gonna have your back.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. That's cool. So when I started this podcast, the Alive Society, first person I wanted to interview was you, but I needed to nail down the process before I got you on here.
Thanks.
So you're finally on here. I want to ask you, what does it mean to be alive?
Ooh.
And to pretense this, guys, Kaycie is, you know who I am. If you've listened to this podcast, you know what I value. I value, like, enlightened spirit, wholehearted living, being in touch with your inner, truer self, and genuine, authentic vibes and feelings and conversations. So I love podcasting so much. Now, if you were to think, who's Levi going to marry? Probably all of those things. Like, Kaycie is the most alive, present, authentic person who doesn't try to be like anybody else. So, in my definition of alive, she hit all the boxes. And so, probably a big reason why I married you.
Oh, thanks.
I'm very fond of the way you live life. And that's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
So, now knowing that you're on this podcast, because you are the reason for the podcast, what do you think alive is? And dig into that deep for me, because I'm here to learn. I've got my pen and paper.
You're sweet. I love that. I mean, since we met 5 years ago, and I remember you wanted to start this movement. Levi's talked about this for so many years. So it's been fun to be a part from like the very beginning to you taking off and doing it, and I love that you've made it happen. I've had time to think about what it means to be alive. I have had different moments in my life where I'm alive in different ways. Maybe I'm alive in learning and growing, and then maybe I'm alive in the area that I'm like seeing the world, I'm seeing new people, I'm becoming a better version of myself. So, I don't know, a definition I would say is being alive is being connected to yourself connected to God and to the people around you, connected to this greater purpose than just waking up and checking a box of, well, I have to go to work today, or the box of I need to do my chores. I think it's diving deeper into what's the meaning of life and why we're here. And I don't know, I've done some fun things where I'm like, I felt so alive when I was traveling and doing humanitarian trips, or when I was guiding in Zion, meeting new people every day, doing extreme like climbing and jeep tours and hiking. I think it can be flexible, but as long as you're doing something that makes you uncomfortable and something that opens your mind, I think that's what being alive is.
So it can be big things, like, jeep tours, canyoneering.
Yeah.
It can be small things, waking up out of bed and just not falling to the mundane. And then also you said it has to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, something that
I think it should.
You're like,
Absolutely.
oh, that kind of scares me a little bit. Or something that it's not easy. You don't just roll over and sit on your phone.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I love that. That's a really good way to put that. I've never put that into words like that in such a simple way. So what do you think that like doing something over and over and over again, even though on the first try it made you uncomfortable, but after 10 tries you're just completely comfortable doing it, do you have to graduate?
Like be done with it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good question.
Like it's not uncomfortable anymore. So for me, I think I'll let you answer it. What do you think?
For you, what's something that comes to mind that's happened for you that you started scared and then became comfortable?
Like podcasting. Episode number 1, I sweat through my shirt.
Yeah.
On this episode, I still feel very alive. It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
But a lot less uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think then you got to add something that challenges you after that.
Push yourself.
You got to push yourself. So maybe it's speaking in front of a live audience or taking it somewhere bigger.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's bad. I think it's cool when you can get comfortable. Like I did Angel's Landing for the first time right when we had met. And
the hike. Angel's Landing, the hike.
The hike in Zion. I mean,
very, very scary hike.
Very popular. People either say it's the scariest thing they've done or they're not fazed by it.
It's intense.
It's intense.
I don't care who you are. That shit's
I
intense.
went with my dad, and he's a bit afraid of heights, so I was afraid of falling. But then I started guiding that, and I was like, I could go without touching the chains. I'm fine. And then I had to become alive in a different way.
Yeah. What keeps you alive nowadays?
I think people. People's a big thing. Finding the people that could use a friend. Our relationship growing and our marriage becoming stronger keeps me alive, and our goals.
Yeah.
Thinking of like those things that I used to say, like I'm not good enough for that or I don't deserve that, and now thinking like that is a possibility and we can reach bigger goals.
Tell me what you mean by that. What do you mean? Like you don't deserve that. Tell me about that. Where does that come from? What are you talking about?
Oh, I've always tried to be a humble person to the point where it's like, if I don't, like, I'm going to be fine if I'm homeless on the streets. Like, I don't know why I always went to that way where I don't deserve, like, success or my dreams to come true.
Like
I
it's
think
an
it was almost
undeserving complex kind of thing.
Yeah, it's something that you've helped me work through where I'm figuring out, okay, it's okay to dream. It's good to dream and know that I deserve those dreams. I've had some friends feel the same way, and I don't know if it's just you get told by so many people that that's impossible, you can't make that happen. You're going to have to just go the easy route, and so you start believing, like, this is what my life is going to have to be, like. But Levi's helped me so much, getting out of my comfort zone and really believing in the things that I want.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I heard a statistic that over 40 times a day, on average, little kids are told no. The average kid is told no.
Yeah.
Our children are going to be told
Yes.
How can you make that
How can you
happen?
make it work? Yeah.
And like make them think through it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and
That's
I
really
think,
cool.
think of little kids, they're like, I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to do this. They believe in
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And then as we get older, maybe it's just the way, sadly, how the world is. You just become so realistic that you stop dreaming. But
Yeah.
I think being alive is also believing in yourself and
Yeah.
in your dreams.
We have talked a lot about that on this podcast. Is
Yeah.
how over the years we get brainwashed is a harsh word, but like seriously, like dumbed down, watered down.
Told you can't so many times that you start believing that.
Yeah. And maybe it's not even a deliberate way of saying no, you can't. Maybe it's like just somebody way more, for example, somebody way more muscular than me is doing a Spartan race. And like all the ads have six-pack dudes, like,
Yeah.
and then that's me being told, no, I can't. You know, it's like nobody's maliciously trying to tell me I can't do a Spartan race. It's just that.
Yeah. Oh, we could totally dive into that whole, what you see versus
Let's
what
do
you
it.
can do.
What do you, like, how do you navigate that? Like, one thing that I know about you, Kaycie, is that you don't let other people's judgment or perception of you change how you act, what you do, what you wear, you know.
I try not to.
It's such a hard thing to navigate.
Hard. Yeah, it's so hard.
Caring what people think. Let's call it that.
Yeah. And I mean, I do care what people think. I think everyone does to a certain degree, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm grateful for the way my parents raised me. My dad is the most unique dude out there. He doesn't care what people think. I mean,
Yeah.
he's able to just wear what he wants to wear, drive what he wants,
Yeah.
and he's probably one of the most confident people I know. Along with my mom, she's so capable, and so I think growing up, it was cool to see. I think what's come into my mind is like, you were talking about the Spartan race and seeing this certain body type be successful. And
Yeah.
I think for girls, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners are men, so maybe they'll just skip
There's
this
a lot
part,
of both.
But we see like all celebrities, like we see this perfect body and makeup, and growing up, I used to like think, oh, I need to lose weight, and I'm like an 11-year-old girl.
Yeah. And
And
not
so-
even only just celebrities, it's influencers. Today's celebrities
Oh,
are
and-
influencers,
And now
right?
it's anybody on Instagram. You know, your neighbor is trying to keep up with that
Yeah.
status. And so I guess one of the ways that I combat that is I don't have Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat. And what I do instead is I make my scrapbooks with my pictures and I look over my memories. But I mean, sometimes I'll get on and it drags me in. But
Yeah.
I think it's important to just being alive in where you are and who you are, instead of looking to social media and thinking like, oh, well, I don't have a boat and I don't have this or that or this cute dog. My dog is,
Yeah.
it's looking at, okay, this is who I am and I'm awesome. I'm good with who I am.
Right. That right there. It's like the world doesn't need more versions of me. The world doesn't need more versions of you. The world doesn't need more versions of
All being the same.
Angelina Jolie. They need me, one of you. Like
Yeah.
when somebody can just like be authentic, I feel magnetized to them.
Yeah.
I
for
I
sure.
felt magnetized to you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like, not kidding. Like, you were genuinely authentic and yourself when I met you, but also as we dated, as we're married.
Yeah.
Very, 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 like, hard to do. That is a hard task
Like,
because it's freaking terrifying to be yourself.
oh yeah, because I mean, we're all just trying to fit in with each other. It's scary
Yeah.
to be different.
Yeah.
But
Especially in new groups.
yeah.
Meeting new groups is so interesting.
Yeah.
Like I'll walk out of a room that I just walked into for the first time. I met a bunch of people and I walk out and I'm like, whoa, was I me?
Yeah. Or were
Did
they
I just
trying to
like
fit in?
pretend to like whatever this guy liked just to earn his good faith, you know? And sometimes I do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay.
But
It's normal.
I think that you're really good at that.
Thank you. You know, I heard a quote once that kind of changed my whole perspective on, this kind of deals with comparison. And maybe when all of us are going into a new group or a new setting and we're trying to figure out how we want to be, like how do we want to be around this group? I think comparison has a big part of that.
Yeah.
And we're always comparing ourselves like to everybody, and I think it's such a natural thing. But I heard this quote, and it has really like shifted my whole everything. Is when you compare yourself to someone else, you either feel inferior or superior, and neither is correct.
One more time.
Okay, so when you compare yourself to someone else, you either feel inferior or superior, and neither is correct. And
Neither is correct.
neither is, yeah, I mean,
Dang it.
think about like if you're feeling better about yourself because you're comparing yourself to so and so, that isn't right. And then if you're feeling less than because you're comparing yourself to so and so, that also isn't right.
Right.
I think God wants us to be ourselves, and that is being alive.
Yeah, absolutely. The spirit of comparison is the spirit of Satan. Like that is his tool.
Yeah, it's his way to make you feel like you're not loved, you're not good enough. So,
Like, yeah. I mean, in the 1600s, his greatest tool, maybe even like the 1800s, his greatest tool was hatred, anger. Today, his greatest tool is comparison.
yeah,
Like,
so true.
he keeps up with the times. Clever little nasty bugger. Like,
Yeah.
like if you think about, oh man, yeah. By downloading Instagram, I feel like I am, if we were to put myself, my life, my timeline in my great-great-grandpa's timeline, where he went to World War I or II,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
by downloading Instagram, or our children one day are going to download Instagram that day, the day they download Instagram, or whatever, open the magazine, I don't know what it's going to be that time, in that time, but like, they're going to step into that battlefield, and it is a battlefield of comparison.
Oh yeah.
And it's like
daily, like you're hooked to it.
Yeah.
You're they know how to get your brain stuck to it, and
Yeah.
so.
And I feel like in the early days of social media, I could have prepared myself. Like, okay, getting on, not going to care what other people think of me. I'm going to be real. And I'm not going to believe these posts that I see because it's all fake.
Yeah.
And then today, I don't think there's any amount of preparation that somebody can go through to enter that warfare.
Oh, it's hard.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think anybody on the planet has that kind of like mental toughness or fortitude to not believe what they see. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah,
Maybe that's a little harsh.
That's why I just don't keep it downloaded. That's my only way, because I'll get so stuck in it too. And then, I mean, I was in Italy a couple months, like 2 months ago.
Yeah, on a girls' trip, right?
Fun girls' trip with friends I've had for a super long time. Went to Italy and had just seen, I think we had just seen the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And I just fell in love with all of Italy. And then we went to this coastal town that was just my favorite. And I get on Instagram, download it, get on Instagram to see what someone had posted, and I find myself stuck, and I totally lost where I was. I didn't even remember I was in Italy.
Yeah.
And I get off, and I'm like, you feel this empty feeling, and so I guess like I could just encourage people to, I mean, you don't have to completely delete it, but find a way to turn your phone off, find a time to just really connect with yourself and get alive.
Yeah. I mean, let's just say it, like, delete the freaking app. Like, get off of it. Our thing, we've agreed on this 100 times. It's the best. Download the app, post, get off. Download the app, post, get off.
Yeah, just
delete the app off your phone. Like,
yeah.
Kaycie does a great job. She'll even ban it from her phone. Somehow she figured out to do that. But you can block the freaking app and the web page from your phone. And it's just one more barrier to get to it. Like sometimes when I'm tempted to just numb out, it's just the first thing that I find, right?
Yeah, sometimes it feels so nice to just zone out, not be in your life or your problems, but it is good to face your problems.
It is very good to face and feel.
Yeah.
I think there has to be some kind of healthy amount daily, like amount of minutes daily that you can just zone out. Because there is just like, you gotta chill at some point. And how you do that, be my guest, like whatever you want to do, you can do. But like, I don't think social media is the place.
Yeah.
We watched The Social Network. Have you watched The Social Network?
I don't think so.
You mean
Dilemma?
Yes, The Dilemma, the documentary on Netflix.
What was that called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Social Dilemma, or
I think so. Yeah. Whatever came out in like 2020.
anyways, it talks about social media as a drug. It just flat out calls it a drug, right? And plays to this, like, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like such an influential film to show like, holy smokes, how much it can rot.
And just how it's got you figured out.
Yeah.
But I don't think me or Levi are trying to make any of the listeners feel horrible for having social media, but I think if you're able to like balance it and see the world that you're actually in versus comparing to the one on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, you'll live a much happier life and be a lot more grounded.
That's a good point. I mean, our family has a nonprofit. If you listen to the last episode with Jackie, my mom, we just built a beautiful home for a family purely based off of social media. That is the power.
Everyone
that
was able to donate because of the
raised over $1 million to build this home, and we couldn't have done it without social media. There's no way. In the time frame that we had, there was no way. Without social media, it would have been impossible because nothing's impossible. But like seriously, very difficult.
It would have been tough. So balance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tool, but like scrolling wouldn't have gotten that done. I don't. Seriously, like I'm just gonna stand by it. Download the app, post, and get off. It's just tough. It's tough. I mean, Facebook came out with this thing where you can click on this tab where it's just your friends. You see your post, just your friends.
That's cool.
But still, I end up on the other one. It's like garbage, you know.
Yeah.
It's a tough dilemma, but as is life, you know, we're never gonna get away from it. But
I think something that helps me also stay kind of grounded in my life is gratitude. And I'm thinking about like, there's so many distractions from staying alive. So many excuses. Like I can't be alive. I don't have time to go. For me, it's get out in nature or go and meet a new person, go make someone's day better. Sometimes that's scary to do, but I think staying grounded in gratitude, like what you do have, being grateful for that, maybe starting like some kind of notebook where every day you write down the things that you're grateful for. Because life can also feel heavy if you're going through a lot, but once you shift your mindset, instead of comparing to other people and looking more into what you do have and who you are, like you're awesome. Like each person listening, you're unique, you're awesome. You can do anything, but it takes being grounded in that.
Yeah, like you got to be present in life. You're going to miss it.
Yeah.
And gratitude is probably the greatest tool to do that.
Yeah.
Like I would dare anybody to just like list 5 things they're grateful for and stay in the mood that they were in previously.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll bet you can't.
You having a bad day? Yeah, just
like
think of what you do have.
Truly, like genuinely though, like I find myself, okay, I need to be grateful. I'm gonna send my gratitude text for the day or something, and I find myself super like I don't dig deep about it, and it won't work, you know. I have to really be intentional about it. and be honest. Like, if I'm not really grateful for that thing, it's not gonna work. I have to like actually be grateful. And this is a great hack. Like I've set an alarm on my phone to send a text every day.
Yeah.
A gratitude text. And it's not the best, but it is dang helpful.
I love that. It's super cool to see you do that.
Yeah, I mean, right back at you. You've got your gratitude journal. That's a great tool. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It is truly amazing. So, who's the most influential person in your life, Kaycie?
Oh my gosh.
Like, seriously.
That is...
If you look at your whole 23 years of life, like, who played the biggest role? And not like in the way where like, okay, she wiped your butt, your parent, like your mom, I don't know, like.
I'm not that old
Who
yet.
out there is just somebody who influenced and changed who you are and brought a new version of yourself out whatever.
I could attribute that to a good 7 people.
Let's hear it.
And what's so cool about that is, seems to be most of them are all family. Like, I'm so grateful that I'm surrounded by good, inspiring people. But if I had to pick one.
Yeah.
I think about, like I've mentioned, my parents just feel very grateful for how they are and who they are. And it doesn't matter where we're at in life, they're happy and they're so loving.
Yeah.
I think of my cute Aunt Linda. I feel like I get teary just like, I love her. And so she's my great aunt. She's 80 years old. And I was her like granddaughter. She's never had kids. And so I got to just grow up riding her horses. And when I turned like 11, I love gardening. And so she had me come out to her yard, and every week she'd pay me to do her yard work and grow a garden. And so I feel like from a young age I started learning important lessons about what life really is about. And I mean, you know Linda, she's like one of the sweetest women out there.
Yeah.
She would drop anything for her neighbors. There was one time me and her had big plans to go to like a show, and her neighbor cut her hand. It was an old lady. And Linda took her to the hospital, and we spent the whole rest of the day taking care of her cat and this lady. And she just has a tender heart, and she cares so much for other people. And when I think about that influence, like showing someone what's important in life is showing someone by example of love and caring, just a deep care for other people. Because I think that's what life is about. I mean, I remember learning as a kid, I was mind blown when I heard when you go to heaven, you don't take your TV, or you don't take back then I loved my DS. I was like, I don't get to take my DS to heaven. Like, what the heck? But I do remember learning I take my memories and my relationships with people.
Yeah.
And so being shown like how to make someone's day better, how to connect. Yeah, I could give that to my parents, Linda, my amazing grandmas, my like leaders growing up, my teachers, my friends. I've had a lot of cool like older, almost like sisters, because I'm the oldest in my family.
Yeah.
Show me that. I remember a gal named Jordan. She came and stayed with me on my 15th birthday. Me and my sisters, my parents went out of town. She was telling me how she'd make these goals every week of who she's taken to lunch, who doesn't have a friend. She'd take one person every week. So then I started thinking, well, I could do that easily. And then I started doing, okay, I'm going to compliment 4 people today. Every day, I have to compliment 4 people. And I think just the people around me, learning from their example, has helped me see what life is really about.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, most of the guests on my podcast probably would have listed some author or some superhero character. You know.
That's funny.
And that's why you are significant and special to me. Like, you are different in that way because you connect. and have priorities in the deeper ways, in the more simple parts of life. You don't need a Lamborghini to make your day phenomenal. You have to.
Got one.
You have to. She thinks her Corolla is a Lamborghini. It's amazing. You value connection overall, and I've talked about this 100 times. But my brother, Riley, who passed away at 23 from cancer, I lived the last few months of his life with him every day, all day as his caretaker, and the most important thing to him as a man on his deathbed was connecting with others. I think you're blessed for having learned that young. I'm blessed to have been married to you because of that. It's really inspiring. Like when you think about what's going to be important to you when you're on your deathbed, because those things really do matter. I mean, getting there is fun. You have a lot of fun on the way.
Yeah.
And really enjoy life. But seriously, I mean, don't forget that the literal priority in life is people and connection with them. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that the second thing that my brother would always talk about is family and how family is over everything. You do not cut ties with family. You do not take your family for granted, period. Like, they are the most important, period. And I love how those are the most influential people in your life. They're the closest people in your life, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That is seriously how it should be. Some of us have some kind of like teenager in us that makes us want to like avoid our parents, and get as far away from family as possible and go conquer the world, but it's silly.
I think at some point, if that is the case, you'll find your way back.
You'll find your way back.
Yeah.
I hope. And if you don't have a family, like seriously, there are people in situations where family is not the safe place.
Oh yeah, then you can replace that with...
Find your family. Make it.
Make a family. Find those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much beauty in the misfits. The misfits are my people.
Yeah.
I don't get along with the popular kids. I've always been a misfit group kind of guy. So that's beautiful. Do you have any other advice or thoughts or experiences around dealing with comparison? We touched on that. Such a heavy topic, such a hard thing. Other than just avoiding social media.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I have a few. I think seeing the good in everyone, including yourself. I remember finding a quote in high school that I still go back to, and it's the presence of someone else's beauty is not the absence of your own.
Wow. Say that one more time.
Okay, so, or in other words, someone else's beauty is not the absence of your own. And it could be like anything, someone else's wealth, someone else's fortune, like good luck, someone else's family even. It's not the absence of your own. Like, for me, I think, I used to think, oh, that girl is so pretty, like, I'm not. But that is something I think that goes along with comparison. Yeah. That if you're able to just put that aside, and we're all different, which is so good, and we're all made the way we are for a reason.
Yeah.
I think that helps with comparison.
Yeah. Amen. So true. You are loved just the way you are.
Yeah.
It is not. Yeah, I just keep going to social media. It is so toxic.
And it's so prevalent.
So tough.
I mean, we're on our phones all day.
Yeah.
It's kind of just where everybody's at in life. So it makes sense why you're bringing it up.
Yeah. And for those of you who enjoy posting on social media, post something freaking good. Like,
authentic.
Yeah, be yourself, right?
Be yourself.
Don't try to be freaking somebody else. That's stupid.
And it's easy to try and be other people, but be alive.
It is easy.
Yeah. Be alive. Go be yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I just freaking love that. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts? One last one-liner from Kaycie Culley to the world.
Leave people better than you find them. Just like a campsite, you go camping, you leave your campsite better than you find it. Leave people better than you find them. You never know people's challenges and battles that they're facing.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah. You'll never know.
You'll never know. I mean, I'll never understand what Levi's been through and vice versa, but if you show up for someone and give them your attention, I think the easiest thing to do is to make other people's days a smile and a hi or a compliment. I mean, I feel like sometimes it's harder as an adult because you're not walking high school like halls and you're seeing strangers at the store. You don't know these people.
Yeah.
So you see someone that anybody really could use.
Anybody.
Could use it. You never know.
Yeah.
So treat people like they deserve. Everybody deserves a friend.
Yeah.
And I think another thing that's like been like a huge realization in my life is like non-judgmental like advice, like just being a listening ear to people.
Like not giving advice?
Not giving advice, yeah. Like sit and listen and maybe ask them questions that will help that person
Find their own.
find the
own
answers that are
yeah.
in their heart. But I think sometimes I have this urge to be like, oh, you should do this. Like, this is such a great idea. Like,
Yeah.
this will help your life. And
Yeah.
but being more of where do you see yourself? Like, what do you dream of?
It takes more effort and it takes some serious like mental fortitude, but I agree. Like absolutely. It is actually kind of shaming to give advice.
Yeah,
Because it's like
it can lead
crumbling
them.
who they are.
Can lead them a different way and be a distraction, whereas sometimes
Yeah.
you just need a friend to sit and listen and
Yeah.
ask questions that are open that can help get you to a clearer spot.
Right. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thanks for being on the podcast today.
Yeah,
You freaking rock.
so do you.
So if people want to find you, where you at?
Walking the streets, watching the sunset, going on a hike,
beautiful.
come find me. Reach out to Levi or you'll find me on his Instagram.
Yep.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, thanks for being on. Everybody, thank you for listening to this episode. This has been an honor having my beautiful wife on this podcast finally, after twisting her arm. The podcast, I do this for free. Benefit to me, honestly. If you find benefit to this, good for you. You're welcome. It's just I find way more benefit than probably you do. So I do this for me, but if there were one way that you could pay me back, just give us a 5-star review on this page right here that you're on. Scroll down, click 5 stars, write us a little thing, and click submit. That would mean the world. And then follow us on Instagram. I post little reels of these interviews and these podcasts and other things that help you stay alive, because we are in a world falling asleep, losing ourselves, and forgetting what it means to be authentic. And that is the goal and the beauty in life. So until next time, stay alive.